have to go get the camper trailer out from the bush where the boys were. I decided to come on a collection trip. I have high hopes for my stuff I want to overwinter this year. So starting to see a little hint here and there of some tamaracks. Hopefully I find some to collect. We'll see. Here's a nice little area. Well, I guess it's hard to see with the sun behind the trees, but we got some littles here. Whoops, and a finger in the way. Look at how bright these guys get. Once all the leaves are off the trees, that's when they get their brightest. Sorry if the wind is interfering. I don't have any of that fancy equipment there. Holy cow, it's still growing. It's been run over. Look at this. Where's the trunk? Oh, we'll go around here. Ow. Wow. Look at the trunk on this thing. Look, it's been cut already. And it's regrowing. That's going to take some digging to get out. I don't think I can get anything that big. But I do have permission to grab a few from here. Whoa, even that's still growing and it's been knocked right over by the grader. Wow. Huh. Ugh. Great. Sapped. Huh. That's already dug right up. This must be its roots here. Huh. Huh. That's pretty big though. And straight. That's how they are here. Vying for the light, so they're all stretching. I'm dirty. I'm dirty. That right there. That's the look that Nigel's after. Gorgeous, isn't it? Love that look as well. But I'm not going to steal his idea. Would you looky here at this treasure trove. Look at these little guys. Think I could dig them up. Wowee, eh? Oh, even a little. Oh, adorable. But look at this guy. This guy's been knocked down. Wow, look at that. Someone busted him, probably ran him right over. And now he's a little grouping. It's a tree. It has no he, she. Oh, wow, look at this trunk. Wow. I wonder if I could dig that up. Oh, you guys couldn't even see that trunk. Look at that. Wibbly wobbly. Well, that's pretty neat, isn't it? Here. Wider shot. There we go. My shadow's in the way. Get out of the way, shadow. Isn't that fantastic? There's a whole bunch of littles here. Littles of everything. Look at these guys. These little spruce. Aren't they adorable? They're so soft. Oh, look it. So cute. Oh, look how small the needles are on this one. Adorable. Wowee. A little row of them, which is most likely all from that one. Because it's the literally only one here. Yeah. Wow. These have all been broken at some point. Ow! Ow! It's spiny. Very spiny. Look at that. See, this one's even been cut off. And it's got a new leader. Wowee. Look it. Precious. Aww. It's hiding. Come on, zoom. There we go. It's still green. Look how thick the trunk is on it. Let me see if I can get this guy out of the way here. Look at how thick the trunk is on that little tiny thing. See the broken top there? Hey, might be a nice one. Aha, we'll see. I go get the trailer first, and we'll collect on the way back, maybe. Wow, it wasn't so big. Huge. Well, not really in the grand scheme of things, but yeah. Want to see the bark? Let's go look at the bark. Oh, the ants are still awake. Going to get some sap, maybe. So that's the bark on this tamarack, larch tamarack. And the base, and there's my boot. Pretty neat. I've angered a squirrel or a chipmunk somewhere. Right on! Let's keep driving. Wow! Now we're talking. Look at those beauties. Pretty nice. I have to be careful out here. It's hunting season, so there are lots of people around. Look at how beautiful they are in the sunlight. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. Out in the wilderness, and there's no telephone wires, no nothing out here. Look at how beautiful that is. Yep. Let's keep driving. I might take some stills of this spot. I don't know if the camera catches the full effect of this. A little bit more eye candy for Nigel. Here's the beaver pond. Out my window. I'll get better shots on the way back. So we're on our way out. Thought I'd wait till the way out because the sun is more at our back. You can see all the needles all over the ground. They're already, because we had a big freeze here, they're already dead and dried up right on the branches on some of the trees. Pretty cool little area back here. Oh, little babies. Whole bunch of them. So I might come back in here with the shovel. I love these areas where you can see way deep in there. It's just beautiful. See if I can fit in there. Of course, the dog's gonna get curious and follow. How's that for a mossed up area, eh? Rolling hills. Dog. Get out of the way. Get. Thank you. No. Come. Come. Not there, you superstar. Come on. Come, come, come. Hurry up. Okay. Mossy rolling hills. Good thing we love them. Oh, I've got the phone on my stand so I won't get my finger in the way all the time. So the angles will be a little bit odd. Superstar. Crazy gunner. There we go. There's a rock over there. All covered in moss. Some mushrooms. It's pretty cool, eh? This is all peat moss in here. It's pretty deep. Go see that rock over there. It's a random rock in the middle of nowhere. Pretty cool, eh? Leaves on the ground over there. You can tell it's a squirrel's tabletop. I've been eating all the cones up here. All sorts of different moss growing on there. Pretty neat. Look at all that lichen. Very cool. Oh, I'm all tangled up in the trees here. I'm guessing this is going to end up being a big video. Here, let me zoom out. Oops. Try that again. There we go. There's the rock. And we'll pan around for you. Dog and all. Natural forest. Pretty neat how even nature can do pretty darn close to straight lines, eh? Yeah. All right. And I climb back out of here. Interesting. Oh, I love these wooded areas where you can see really far and wide. All the leaves are down. Tamaracks are out. Larches. I gotta remember to start calling them larches. Straw colored. Ooh, little baby. Oh, look, it's squished. Ugh. Poor little thing, all squished. Don't tell the big trees, I'm gonna steal their babies. Not these ones though, they're too big. Ow. The needles are so tiny. These ones are even smaller. Fantastic. So straggly. Whoops, there's a hole there. Wow, there's a giant poplar in there. That thing is massive. Ooh. There, now you can see it. It's absolutely massive. Guess it's hard to tell in the video. It goes way up. Craziness. I can't get back there though. Alright, I'll stop for a bit. The other thing I might do today is collect some rock. I don't think I need any more rock. I just really like rocks. And there's some cool ones here. There's some really cool ones on the way back too. Yeah, I might just do that. Yeah, let's get out of here. No, it's not my trailer. Promised I would take some better video on the way back. So I'm assuming the dog's gonna go for a nice swim. Try and go nice and slow so you can see everything in super zoom. Ah, I'm all wet. I didn't want to get all wet. Yeah, the big beaver pond. Everything in the pond died, and then we got all the live ones here. Look at that. Isn't that cool? All right, time to go through the beaver pond after I let the dog run for a bit. So we have some littles to Jeez, how rude. We have some little to choose from here. There's lots of littles. Ooh, look at this little. Wow. Ooh, yeah, moss. Some more littles over here. A lot of these ones get bashed and cut up and run over and grated. Move this leaf here. Look at the trunk on this one. Oh, get out of the way, little leaves. Hard to tell. Pretty nice. Look it. Yeah. So, ooh. Hello. See, we've got something to choose from. That one might be a little bit big, but yeah. Maybe we'll take a couple from this spot. Whoa. Nope. That's gonna be too much digging for me today. There are some really cool ones here, though. Wow. Good grief. Yeah, maybe this one. Alright, so I'm gonna try for this one. Look at that. Wee little slingshot. So, let's get rid of these. The trunk goes down pretty far there. I'll put them up here so the dog doesn't knock over the tripod. This moss is pretty cool too. It's all in big clumps. And there's a rock. There's always a rock. Always a rock. There we go. That's it. I know, it seemed awfully easy, didn't it? Alright. We're going to push this little guy back down. I guess the kingfishers are mad at us. So we're going to make sure this guy's roots are covered real nice here, because we're not taking him. And there's ours. How's that? I didn't have to pull it out with my truck like Aussie Bonsai Bloke, but that's it. And I like to put my stuff in a cardboard box. So I've got it nestled in here. Using cardboard boxes because they breathe, and if you can't get to the tree right away to plant it, it'll keep it moist and it'll allow the roots to breathe rather than in a plastic bag. Boxes are handy and they're free. Yeah, so that's one. I think that's probably the only one I'll take from here. Ow. Well, there goes my lunch. Should have brought my rifle out. Yeah, lots of little potentials here. Look at that. This one's been busted and cut and super thick. One big thick branch there. Super thick trunk. Well, not super thick. You guys know what I mean. That one too. Been busted off. Look at these little guys. Knocked over at least once. The spruce. Well, they're almost all like that. Somebody must have backed in here. Yeah, these guys are growing on rock, probably underneath this. Oh, was a tree. All of them are leaned over. Hard to tell, I guess. Pretty neat. Ooh. Oh, sorry. I still have the phone on the tripod here, so starting to get dark already. I'm just heading out. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, this guy's been run over. You can see the dead wood there. Tripod issues. Technical issues. Technical issues. Yeah, I don't know if I'll collect any of these ones. Here's some more littles. Nice little area here. Check these out. They've obviously been run over a few times. This one's been, oops, let me zoom out here. This one's been busted and run over and has a big, huge leader branch from the bottom. You can see it's had damage all the way up, or I don't know if you can see that. Oh, let me move you around here without tipping you over. I'm still hooked up to the tripod, so this might be a potential catch here. I don't know. Should I or should I not? But yeah, there's damage all the way up. Get out of the way, branch. Damage all the way up there. I think all of these are like that. They've all been run over. People pulling off to shoot birds and clean them, and general hunting and camping area. Oh wow, that's a good sized trunk on that one. Look at that, the branch rooted. Oops, guess I shouldn't have pulled that out. But that branch actually rooted in the ground. That might be a bit big. Wasn't expecting it to be that big. And this one too, been run over. Got a new leader. Pretty neat. Hopefully you guys can see them good. I should take this off the tripod. This one's pretty neat too. Lots of branching to work with, that's for sure. This one's really thin, and the dog's in the way. These ones are big and thick too. Look at that. Wow, look how twisted up those are. It's wrapped right around this dead tree here. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Dead trunk, I mean, not full tree. The tree's alive. This entire thing right here, that entire thing is one tree. It all comes from the same trunk. Again, might be a little big for me right now. Yeah. Maybe I'll grab one from here. I don't know which one though. There's some pretty neat ones, that's for sure. Yeah. Very quickly here, a nice big poplar. Big thick trunk on it, and you can see the branch structure now that all the leaves are gone. It's pretty amazing. Yep. I just had to come out and film this one tree as I was going by. I couldn't really stop fast enough. Ooh. Look at that. Anyway, look at the movement in this tree here. Oh, someone got some partridge. Isn't that just beautiful? All by itself. Pretty cool, eh? Yeah. Huh. Ooh. Look at all these cedars. Anyway, time to keep going. What are you annoyed by? I gotta take some stills. Sorry everyone, I'm back home now. It's dark out. So I didn't film the whole adventure and I have to work tomorrow, so there won't be any potting in this episode. But I'll give you a little peek at what I got. So I filmed this one that I was picking out. I think it'll be pretty neat. And I picked up this bit of a straighter one, just to have a straighter sort of upright one. Let's see if I can get into this one here. So down here I've got this one with the broken top. And I picked up this little tiny one because it was already turned over by the grader. So I didn't even need the shovel to pick it up. It just was already in this sort of clump. I don't know if you can really tell on camera in the dark, but this is the whole clump it was in. And I didn't even have to use the shovel, it just came right up on its own. So I took it. Yeah. So that's 4 in this box. So this is the other reason I like to use boxes is they keep the humidity, you can water them, they insulate the roots like soil does. So it's better for them if you can't get to them right away, and I won't be able to get to them right away. And let me just pick this up here. In this box, come on, bend. There we go. So in this box, I picked up this one here that's been broken off. It was sort of in the middle of the road. It's broken off, got a bunch of stems coming up from the one trunk, even some little berries. And I got this one, which has actually pretty thick trunk. Hard to see under there, I guess. Yeah. I'll go around the other side. There, that's a bit better. So this one has a bit of a thicker trunk. And it's been chopped or broken or something there, but it's got a ton of branches and leaders coming up. So I picked a bunch of ones, I guess, with interest. And I did get a couple straighty looking ones. But most of them are these broken, they don't look like all the big trees I show you guys type of trees. So there's this straighty looking one. It's got some pretty cool wiggles in it. This other one too back here. So you guys will be able to see those closer when I repot. And I'll just be slip potting. These guys are growing. Let's see if I can show you what they're growing in here. So there's just moss, and then this red clay gravel. Let me see if I can give you a better view of that. Just like that. So it's like this sand, clay, gravel stuff. And some of them are in actual pure road gravel. So that's what they're growing in. Yeah, these ones are still green on the tip. I got two like that somehow. And in the same box too. I don't know how I did that. Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't film everything, but it was getting dark, and I needed to get back. I was dragging that trailer and had to be done. So now that's a big check mark off my list, and I'll just water these guys, and I don't think I'll be able to continue tomorrow. It's going to be a full work day, so hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. But that's why we have cardboard boxes, to insulate our trees. Yeah, the other ones are still doing good out here. This one's finally turning. How about that? It only froze a whole bunch of times. But it's finally going. And even new growth on it. Ah, jeez. Oh, and my one survivor from last winter. It looks so good now. Like, it's so much thicker than it was. I gotta bring this branch out. This one. I gotta bring it out. I just gotta shove something in there so it stays out farther. It's come such a long way. So I'm gonna treat this one exactly how I did last winter, because that worked. So I'm gonna do it again. So what I did was I left it outside until the temperatures hit -20. ish, and I knew they were going to stay 20 or below. I brought it in, put it in the coldest room in my house, which is the utility room. And it was on the windowsill with the soil lightly frozen. And then it budded out for some insane reason, still frozen. And I brought it upstairs and treated it like a houseplant. And it was my only survivor, so we're going to do that again. Well, hopefully it doesn't bud out, but we're going to do essentially the same thing again. Now this little maple, I don't know if it will live. It's got a little bud and everything, but I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Same with the rabbit-eaten one. I don't know if it's gonna live or not. It does have some little buds. We'll see. Poor thing. I so want to do something with this. It's already getting winter colors. But I gotta wait till spring. So curious. Ow, so prickly. Sheesh. I've now joined the ranks. The larch ranks. I gotta start calling them larches, seriously. But my tamaracks. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night and week. Whatever you need. Have the day you need to have. Enjoy, be safe.